Hello, I'm a recovering smut reader, and I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of all my years. And then like I read two books that they completely changed my perspective. And then today I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do a book recommendation video. I'm gonna do a book recommendation video, and I'm just gonna recommend a bunch of books that I'm either looking forward to reading or that I've already read and really stuck with me and made me realize that I've been reading the wrong genre for like years. But you know what? Like, I don't think I've been reading the wrong genre. I love romance, but I just love, like when authors use words to like talk and describe things and, like say things rather than just, having to get to a word count. But, there's like two books that really changed my perspective on this, and they're probably the entire reason why I'm here. The first one is Normal People by Sally Rooney. I think that was the first book that made me realize, like, wow, I love books that are actually well written. Like, wow, I think the problem is not romance, it's just the authors. Yes, because I've been through 2016 TikTok, and I've been through Colleen Hoover defending, Colleen Hoover hating, yeah, I've been through all that, and it's just been a really tough year. And you know what? At the end of the day, like, I don't want this anymore. I don't want this life anymore. So in the past few days, I've been to the book thrift, I've been to the bookstore, and I bought a total of 5 books, which is crazy because I don't think I bought a single book in the last like year. Not joking. Like, I even went to New York, I didn't even buy any books. Like, I was at the Strand, I didn't buy any books. Do you understand that? Like, that is crazy. But I've been really trying to be like understanding and responsible with my spending. So I went to the book thrift, and those books were $5, and I found like 3 of my TBR books, and that is insane. Anyways, the second book that also literally changed my perspective on reading is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Listen, there's 2 types of people in the world, okay? There's the type that has read Invisible Life, that love Invisible Life, that praise Invisible Life. And then there's the type that have Invisible Life, that have not touched it in 3 fucking years, and who probably will never touch it in a million years, actually. So yeah, that like those are the 2 types of people. I don't make the rules, but I'm both of them combined, really. This shit collected dust for 3 years, and you want to know what? I think about this every week. I think about this more than I think about normal people. I think about this every single week. Like, do you ever leave your mark in the world? Like, every single time I'm like, I think about like a graffiti or something, but I'm like, I think about that. Okay, I think about this. I think about literature. Please, somebody take me away. Like, what is going on? But yes, Invisible Life. I genuinely read this in 3 months. I couldn't tell you any of the details other than the fact that it's beautifully written. There is also definitely a word count that had to be met. Don't understand why. But other than that, like, if you cut the yapping out, it really was an impeccable book. And I can't really say anything more because I don't remember anything more. Okay. Now we're going on to the recommendations, because those were just like the introduction, okay? So if we're going through the books that I'm going to read, we're going to start with White Nights because that's the one I'm currently reading. This is Fyodor Dostoevsky. I don't really think that I could give you much on this. This is just a certified yapper who's never been really loved and never really been cared for his entire life, basically, who meets this random girl on a random morning, and they start talking, and he kind of falls in love with her. And I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet, but so far it's just, let me just say one quote that I read last night, and I literally had to highlight it. I had to get out of bed and highlight it. That gives you an idea, but it's like, we thank some people for merely living at the same time as we do. I thank you for the fact that I met you, that I will remember you for all my life. Like, with the sense of the story, it was just so, like, oh my God, kill me. Suicide is contemplated. I really fuck with this. I think I've just moved up to Jack Edwards' recommendation. Like, that's really what it is. Like, I've been promoted to like an elite employee. Like, literally, why are TikTok sounds coming in my brain? I have no idea. I don't even have TikTok. But like, can you please understand? Like, I've just been elited. Anyways, guys, this I found at the book thrift. Okay, wait, let's do a little book thrift moment. Oh my God, there's so much. There's so much. You're not even ready. You're literally not ready. There is so much. The book thrift literally eats, it serves, it's everything to me. I love them. Okay, first of all, okay, there's just 4 books, but there's 4 books that I actually wanted. You know what I mean? So the first one is a French book. This is a murder mystery. My cousin recommended this to me. When I snapped a photo and sent it to her, she was livid. She was so happy that I was like, you know what? I did something right. No, seriously. I have been reading murder mysteries The Housemaid's Secret. I've also read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and I think I enjoyed that one over the two others because it was just such an amazingly written book. And I think that if I hadn't watched all these murder mystery movies from, all these years previous, I definitely would have like eaten it up a bit more. But you know what? I think it was such an amazing book, and I would recommend. This one I'm sure is going to be the same way. Okay, moving on. We have Friedrich Backman, twice, book thrift, $4. Who is throwing away these brand new copies of Friedrich Backman? I don't understand. First of all, we have Anxious People. I don't think I need to explain this one. I don't know anything. I love to go into books blindly. Okay, the second one is A Man Called Of. This one, when I tell you, I looked for it. I was about to buy it at the bookstore, and then the day after, I went to the book thrift. Found it, brand new, spine not broken, literally brand new, gagged. I'm gonna read this. I'm so excited. Then after that, I have this. I again literally snapped a picture of this book at the bookstore. Was about to buy it full price. Book thrift, Lucky by Marissa Stapley. No idea. This is about a girl she's a thief. Okay, this girl's a thief, and there's a bit of a murder going on. There's a lottery ticket involved. I'm so not making you want to read it, but I'm super excited about reading this. I feel like at this point, I have just like, I've kind of fallen into a rabbit hole of like taking any book that I feel like I could appreciate that's a new genre, honestly. Because I've read like romance well written, I've read non-romance, I've read like mystery with a romance subplot. Like, I've enjoyed a lot of these books, and I think that I definitely enjoy a romance subplot, but I think from time to time it's very refreshing to not have a romance at all and to kind of just follow a story because the writer knows how to write in such a way that captures you throughout the book, even though there's no romance in it. The next one, I kind of hope that this is exactly what I just described. Blue Sisters. So if you don't know, Blue Sisters is about these 4 sisters. Actually, one of them is dead, and the 3 others have kind of been grieving this sister and living through their lives and living through their own struggles. And I am dying to read this book. I'm so excited. I need to read this book right now. I need to read it. You don't understand. This is like the one book that every single New York library I would go by, I would look for this book, and it was there, but it was a hardcover, and I was like, hell fucking no, like, we're not committing that crime today. But listen, this one is probably gonna be like the next book I read. I'm so excited about it. Okay, after this, I have a memoir. I literally have a memoir, but it's also a romance book. Like, can we please a moment for me right now? It's a fucking memoir, a fucking biography. Like, this is crazy. Do you think that the girl who read The Deal by Elle Kennedy had to chase down a Depop seller for the whole series in this format? Yeah, the thick, glossy, skinny format. Do you think that this girl would be caught dead saying, I read a biography? No. Okay, this is growth. Forget about 2025 resolution. This is growth. Okay. Just Kids, Patti Smith. I'm trying to be nonchalant now because I feel like I showed too much personality. Anyways, Just Kids, Patti Smith. This is about her and Robert, and I read the first 2 pages at the bookstore, and her writing's really nice. It brings you back to New York in the 60s. The music scene, very Bob Dylan-esque, and honestly, everybody can shit on Bob Dylan, but like a Rolling Stone has been on repeat. It has been on repeat. I love it so much. And also, like, I'm very much that girl. Like, I love like a Rolling Stone, okay? But my favorite artist is Simon and Garfunkel. I like Patti Smith as an artist. She's incredible. I love Fiona Apple. I love Joni Mitchell. Like, that's my vibe. You know what I mean? 60s folk is definitely alive within me. Even if it's like indie folk, or if it's like a niche folk or jazz or whatever. I love any music that was popular in the 60s because there's just something about it that just makes you feel a bit more alive. I don't know. Especially Simon and Garfunkel. I live for Simon and Garfunkel. So when I saw this, and when a lot of people I was gonna buy this before knowing it was a biography, and when I knew, I was completely turned off. I was like, oh, I don't want it anymore. And now I am really intrigued. Now that I know a bit more about Patti Smith, now that I also know more a bit about the 60s and that time period, and this is also set in New York, so that definitely did a little something to me. Okay, now we have two classics. No, you keep up with this, because these two classics, boy oh boy, are they the only two classics that I've ever heard beloved, basically. And those are these two. Don't laugh at my fuck ass covers, okay? I think both of them combined was less than $10, but we have the picture of Dorian Gray and we have Pride and Prejudice. So these two, I don't even think I need to explain them, but every single time someone's like, oh, I love this classic, but like not in a pretentious way, just in a like, this is the only classic that I ever tolerate way. These are the two books that they are talking about. And I don't think I need to say anything about this, and I really don't know anything about that. So I can't really add anything more to the plot. But these two, they just are written so small, okay? They're just written so small. Every single time I think about picking them up, I pick them up and like, what do you mean? I'm gonna have to squint, bitch. Like, what is this? I think for Pride and Prejudice it's even, yeah, okay. It's really depressing. It really is. And it's really turned me away from literature for a really long time. I also don't know if these are banned in the US, but I don't really care, to be honest. Okay, honorable mention. Should I put them there? Because they've been in my TBR for years. No, you have to know when to end a video. This is the end of the video. These are the books that I will be reading that I'm actually so fucking excited to read. You have no idea. And this is the entire point of this video is not to shame people who love smut and who love reading that. I obviously have, if I show you my library, you will definitely understand that I've been there. But I also think that like it's a genre that is very much pushed onto people in a weird way. Like it's very much popular and trending. And sometimes it's good, but it's not enough. Like after reading the same book 50 times, like it's just no longer enough. Like I crave actual like writing, you know? And I'm not talking about a groundbreaking writing. I'm just talking about something that will have you reflecting after reading it, because in my opinion, that's what a book is all about. A book and art overall is to have you reacting afterwards. And if I forget about it like a day later, then it's not a really good book, is it? You know? So that's my morale. I'm so excited. I'm gonna finish White Nights tonight. I'm not kidding. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed this so thoroughly, beautifully edited, planned video that I so deeply cared for, that I so thoroughly planned. And yeah, and I'll see you like another time. Shout out.